that the central bank will come up with.
And lastly, Mr. Mwanza, before I let you go, what I'd like to find out from you is going forward, apart from the measures that you've mentioned and, what the minister is likely to explain, in terms of the expectations, or in terms of the implementation of strategic documents such as the National Financial Inclusion Strategy and everything, do you think that this pandemic is also having a significant bearing on such?
Well, definitely, because we can't meet in groups, we can't gather in large numbers, but I think the advent of social media is helping us to ensure that we create new avenues for sensitization, educating the public. As you know, this week is Financial Literacy Week, and the key document that we are referencing is the National Financial Education Strategy. So what we've been doing is we've leveraged on technology and social media to reach out to the masses. The numbers are looking positive because we are checking a tab in terms of the number of viewers, the number of listeners. If it's on Facebook, we're also tabbing the kind of comments that are coming in. What is more important is that we are seeing that people are getting interested. There are those who are giving us positive comments. There are those that are giving us negative comments. But I think the point is it means our message has gone out and it's being digested and discussed by the public.
Should people be worried when we talk about digitalization? One of the threats that has been discussed is the issue of job losses, systems and machines replacing people. Should people be worried? As obviously this particular pandemic has made a lot of business to sit down, rethink, reshape, going into the future post this particular challenge on how operations may be streamlined and structured.
Well, to the contrary, I think if you speak about digitalization, development in technology, I think it is coming in hand right now. Banks are now able to offer services remotely. In fact, we're encouraging people to utilize their mobile money wallets. We're encouraging people to utilize their e-wallets, online banking. This is not a time that we need to park the bus in branches. The health of banking employees is paramount. The health of bank customers is paramount. Now, I think digitalization technology is helping us to service customers without necessarily having that physical contact. So those with cash, and we have 5 banks with deposit-taking ATMs, they can go to those ATMs and deposit into the account without necessarily going into the bank. For those that have mobile money accounts, let them utilize those accounts. For those that have got e-wallets, it's time that they switched so they can start utilizing those channels. So really, I think from the circumstances in which we're coming from, technology has helped us to ensure that we provide the services remotely and probably lessen the contact of people and possibly the spread of the virus. So really, there will always be fears about job losses, but let's look at the greater benefit like has happened in the banking sector. We can now touch people, and people can actually make use of their money as and when they need it without necessarily thinking about going to an ATM to collect the cash or going to a branch to collect the cash.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mwanza, for sparing time for us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Leonard Mwanza, the Chief Executive Officer from the Bankers Association of Zambia, of course, giving us some insights on how the COVID-19 is affecting their particular sector, which is the financial sector. And not only that, of course, airing his expectations. So when it comes to this particular meeting where the Minister of Finance is expected to address the nation on some of the measures that government will be implementing on the fiscal side to make sure that the economy is inoculated from this particular virus. Now, the biggest expectation so far that we are getting from the people that we've interacted with on and off camera is the fact that the majority of the people would want to know, in terms of incentives, what exactly it is that government will be providing to businesses to cushion them in these trying times, as this particular pandemic is threatening not only the revenue capacities of business but also the sustenance itself. Now, if you go to other jurisdictions like Kenya, South Africa, we've seen governments pronounce certain initiatives such as deferment, if not cancellation or suspension of certain statutory obligations to allow businesses have enough liquidity to stay afloat, and not only stay afloat, but to be able to support, some of the key manpower that run the businesses. And of course, we've also seen in our own setup in Zambia here, the Zambia Employers Association yesterday had a meeting, and from that meeting emanating were issues where they were also calling for government to consider, suspending some of the statutory obligations that businesses are required to remit. You're talking about NAPSA, you're talking about levies and all these other things, to just be able to give them a breathing room, to have enough liquidity, not only to survive as a business, but of course to support the very fabric and engine that supports their existence, which are the workforce. The name is Winston Mavoro. We will be broadcasting live here at the Mulungushi International Conference Center, where the Minister of Finance will be addressing the nation on the COVID-19, its impact, and of course the measures that government is proactively, implementing or will be implementing to make sure that Zambia is protected. Now, another thing before I leave the camera that I would like to bring to your attention is that in this particular meeting, as you can see, I'm all geared up, gloves, mask, and everything. There is strict adherence to some of the measures that have been announced by the Minister of Health as prescribed in the statutory instruments to make sure that no chance is left to the spread of COVID-19. As you can see right now on the screen, people are seated separately, meter apart. Everybody is wearing their gear, their masks, their gloves. So the room is quite observant to the prescriptions that have been stated for a public meeting. And I'm sure we're less than 50. In fact, we should be less than 50 in here, and we hope that we can keep it that way. Stay tuned.
News on the go with Diamond TV, powered by MTN. This coronavirus update was brought to you in association with Hygienix Hygiene Soap, an effective way to fight coronavirus. Hygienix, you're safe in our hands.
Vatata, you're here. I thought you said lunch.
Oh, come on, my son. I cannot wait to see my first ever grandson.
As a young modern wife, entertaining my Wapongoshi was always a mini nightmare. But today, I'll treat them to a special traditional secret. Tata, my sen.
Oh, thank you very much, my daughter. Thank you very much. This Bemba woman really knows how to prepare this chibwantu. Exactly like from Southern Province. Please give me some more.
Times have changed, but some things in life shouldn't. Introducing Amasipsip Chiwantu traditional maize drink. Traditional taste that has stood the test of time.
Last time I had such nice chibwantu was at home. Prepared by my mother.
Amasipsip Chiwantu, a taste of local tradition. Trade Kings, improve.
Welcome to MBET Perfect 12 Jackpot. Welcome to our community of fun and lucky winners. Play anytime, only 12 predictions, anywhere, easily on your mobile phone. The only daily jackpot that grows every day.
Hello.
Hello?
This is MBET. Congratulations, and you're a winner today.
Yeah! We love Perfect 12. We are MBET. Get your bonus on www.m-bet.com/ZM. Pay easily with MTN Mobile Money, Airtel Money, and Zamtel Kwacha.
Fruits are disappearing everywhere, and reports reaching us indicate that there's a sudden shortage of fruits on the shelves, markets, and on the streets.
Mangoes, pineapples, bananas, guavas, and other fruits have left the shelves here. We don't know what's going on.
Tinasakira mafruit, tinasakira yanaenda mafruit kulipi. Kulichape kandoro. Mane nzakulichape kandoro.
We refuse to give up on this problem. We are going to find the solution.
We dance till the sunrise. Happiness and love are born.
yearn to become tropics. Introducing Tropics Fruit Juice Blend, a paradise of fruity freshness. Trade Kings, improving lives.
Banza, Mungu banza,
no money, poor wine, no honey, navy blue skin, not funny. Ununga viechi bena the all money. Doubles, alcohol, kwenda muze beat or if you're tamo. Naronesha mungo tolo for a sign of hope, I was dying of lost ones. If you want it time, accident, that is not true at all. Forget about how many times you can fall. It's the time to get up that matter the most. So I'm a part of that one delay. If you are coming, no my fish, I need it. Go forward, you know time to delay. I like life in the golden day. What you say?